Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to Youth for Tonight on YouTube Live. We're so happy that you have tuned in. Howdy, how are you doing? I see the chat is already going. Garrison is already chatted 4 or 5 times. I see Eli and Ethan and Luke and Molly and some others, I think, that are jumping on here. And I need to turn down my volume. That's checking in. Oh, it's like surround sound. All right, so we're gonna play a game tonight. I'm excited for tonight. We're gonna play a game we actually played the first week, but this is a different questions. The first week I think we played one that was like a quarantine version, but it's just gonna be a first to 10, and I'll explain that in just a second. I need to turn down my volume. Oh, it's like surround sound. All right, so we're going to play a game tonight. I'm excited for tonight. We're going to play a game we actually played the first week. But this is a different, just a second. Different questions. The first week, I think we played one that was like a quarantine version. But it's just going to be a first to 10. And I'll explain that in just a second. All right, that's better. I was hearing myself echo from 3 devices in the room that were on the sound that's streaming us live. All right, so like I said, I'm excited about tonight. We're going to play a game. We don't have worship tonight. A lot of our people that lead worship are doing AP testing this week, which shout out to y'all. I think you have 2 more days, or possibly you're already done and celebrating. So I hope y'all are doing well and able to maybe take a steady break and hang out for a little while. I'm excited to launch our new series for tonight. That's called What I Would Tell My Freshman Self. And I've asked some of our seniors to answer that question and to give talks based around that question and what they've learned over the last couple years. And so tonight we're going to launch that series, and Katie Curcio is going to lead us off tonight. Super excited to hear from her and what she has to share with y'all. So before we do that, we're going to play our game. And like I said earlier, this game is similar to something we played in the past. It's a first to 10. And how it will work is you are the first 1 to 10. So we're going to put up the really quick instructions now. Okay? So if the qualifier, which will show up in the box, is true for you, put up 1 finger. First with 10 fingers up is the winner. So obviously we're on chat and we're doing this, so it's going to be a little different than you holding up fingers. The way we just did it last time was you just post in the chat how many you have so far, just giving us an update, 4, 5, 6, and letting us know. So it's going to be first 1 to 10. So first 1 to 10 who's done 10 of at least the things that have shown up in the box, okay? So we're going to take the directions down, and we are going to give our first spin. All right, the first one is you have more than 1 Instagram account. So basically this means who has a Finsta, or who has an Instagram account because they started their own business or something, or maybe you just have 2 real Instagram accounts because you're just that much of an Instagram person. All right, so let's do another one. Chewed a piece of gum already chewed by someone else. So this would definitely be someone who does not care about germs. Probably someone who's okay with sharing their toothbrush as well. And if you are this person, you need to find someone else who thinks the same way as you, and you have found your soulmate. If you can just share a piece of gum with that person. Okay? All right, let's do another one. 1 of 5 most recent photos on your phone is a selfie. So I'm going to give you a second. Check your photos on your phone. If one of the 5 most recent is a selfie, you get a point here, okay? You can't take one right now. That wouldn't be fair. All right, let's do another. Share a bedroom with a sibling. So those of you who have fought the good fight in a shared room with your siblings, now you are going to get credit for that. So if you share a room with your sibling, you get another one here. Have you ever worn someone else's underwear? This is in any form or fashion. Have you worn someone else's underwear? I don't need to know who. I don't need to know when. All we need to know is, have you done that? Are you currently wearing the color yellow? For those of you who are sitting at home, wearing our first yellow shirt ever from the winter retreat, you get a point right now. Or maybe you're wearing just another yellow. All right, let's do one more. Do you have a hat on? Right now, do you have a hat on? You can't put one on. You can't say I was wearing one. You have to be wearing one right now. Okay? All right. So as you've been keeping count, I need everyone to post in the chat what number you're on right now, so we can see where everyone is at. All right. We have 3 is the highest right now. Yeah, we can't let Ben win again. All right, so it looks like 3, 2, a bunch of 2s. Again, guys, I didn't ask questions about the underwear thing. You don't need to justify yourself. Just say it's fine. We're moving past it. All right, let's do another. Never had a drink from Starbucks. Wow, if this is true of you, you deserve something special, because you've gone this far in your life and you have never had a drink from Starbucks. This is going to be, honestly, if this is you, I want you to post in the chat, because I think it's that special. Okay? So please post in the chat if you've never had a drink from Starbucks. And because of that, we should take you to Starbucks. Not because it's great coffee, but just because, I don't know, I feel like you need to go. Okay, so this one's for the guys out there. You've had a manicure, okay? If you are a guy and this is a yes for you, I want you to go ahead and give yourself 2 points, okay? You are out there. Yeah, this is for you. If any of you have gone, I'm not saying that whatever circumstances, maybe you took your mom, maybe it was a nice gift, maybe that's just your thing, but I will give you 2 points for this manicure one. Your first or last name starts with an L. All right, this is a pretty good one. I'm trying to think if there's anyone on here right now that would be L. Not sure, actually. All right, let's do another. Have sung a song. No, wait, sorry. Have sung a Taylor Swift song out loud in the shower. Okay, this is another one of those that if you've never had the pleasure to be in the shower singing out loud to Taylor Swift, whether it be Bad Blood, Blank Space, Love Story, yes, I can name a lot of her songs. You need to experience this true joy in life. All right, one more and then we'll get a new update. Binged an entire season of a TV show in less than 24 hours. I'm not sure if this is a positive or we should check on your mental and emotional stability. if you were able to binge an entire season in 24 hours. I think I've come close before in college, but this is a tough one to accomplish. You really got to be committed here, unless it's a really short season, like 5 or 6 episodes. But all right, so let's see what our updated scores are. So go ahead and post in the chat. Let's see if anyone's gotten over 6 or 7. Right now, the highest is 4, but it may be higher than that. Garrison, does 4 Justin mean, is that for Justin or for you? Okay. Ben, Trevor, Kayla, Isaac, we got 4. Luke has 738. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive, Luke. Well done. It may be because you got, what, 300 and something manicures? So you got 738 points. Still at 2. I am so sorry, Izzy. Maybe we need to be more adventurous. All right. Been pulled over by the cops. All right, so this can only be a couple of them. And actually, I'm going to give this one a little bit more of a reach. So at any point in time when you've been in the car, have you been pulled over by the cops? So this doesn't have to be you were driving and pulled over by the cops. This could be your parents were driving and they were pulled over by the cops. That would count here. Okay? So you can get a point for as long as you were in the car, you can get a point here. All right, next. All right, here we go. Badge of honor. Have you ever clogged a public toilet? And here's the thing about this. If you have clogged a public toilet, you get 2 points if you went and admitted that you were the one that clogged the public toilet to someone else. Okay? If you just clogged it and like pieced out and left, 1 point. But if you went and fully admitted that it was me, I used too much toilet paper and I clogged the toilet, you get 2 points. Okay? Big money here. Fallen asleep in the movie theater. Okay, I've done this, and this is actually a really sweet story. When I was interested in Tara, I went to a late night movie because I wanted to see her, and I fell asleep within the first 5 or 10 minutes of the movie starting. And it was a really good look for me, so I'm glad that didn't scar our relationship. All right, one more. Own or owned a hamster. Rest in peace. Everyone has that hamster, right? I have a great story here. We had a hamster. My little sister had a hamster. We put it on top of she had one of those canopies over her bed, and so we would pop the hamster up and down like a trampoline. And she actually had a chandelier that hung over her bed. And we popped one time, and it came down, and it didn't start moving ever again. It actually caused internal bleeding. It was terrible. We put it back in the cage, and it was bleeding from its ears, and it's... Sorry. It's too much. Anyway, so that's why I said it was a sad moment. My sister was distraught. All right, so we have 7 right now. Mr. Ben Muffley and Mr. Isaac Bond have 7. I think those are the leaders right now. Does anyone else have 7? I will wait for the video lag. I fell asleep in Zero Dark 30 because it was like 1 a.m. and I woke up at 4:30 a.m. Miss. Hey. Garrison finally got one. Good job, Garrison. Was it fall asleep in a movie or owned a hamster? It's probably one of those two. All right, so it looks like 7 is probably our top answer, so let's go again. Oh, already did that one. Let's do another. Been to Washington, D.C. and have sat in Grandpa Abe's lap. No, you don't have to have sat in his lap. But have you been to Washington, D.C.? And if you haven't, the history nerd in me says you are totally missing out on an awesome city in our country. So you should go. All right, let's do another. Oh, yeah, let's just roll another one because I'm not even gonna let people answer that one. All right, seen every episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't even know, is that still running? There's still episodes like they're creating? How much can you write about a sponge with pants? It's truly unbelievable what those people have been able to do. All right, so have you watched every episode of SpongeBob SquarePants? Have driven a motorcycle or a dirt bike. Okay, motorcycle or dirt bike. Right now, we're getting close. It looks like Isaac has 8. I don't know that anyone else has 8. Also, there's contention about, Katie, was it a hamster or a guinea pig? Well, there's contention on here. Yeah, people are yelling at each other. It's getting hostile. It was a guinea pig, Katie says. Confirmation here. Guinea pig. Izzy says she is so sorry that she got that wrong. All right. Seen all the Star Wars movies, including the terrible prequels. That was a great ad, whoever made this game, because they are not great. All right, so have you seen all these Star Wars movies? And this means all of them, like Solo, Rogue One, all the shoot-off movies that have happened as well. You need to have seen all of them. All right, we're still at 8. Oh, we're at 9. Let's update. So we have a 9. Is anyone else at 9? Guys, we can't. Ben is too good at these games. 8. Isaac's at 9. Oh man, it is coming down. Okay, we have 2 people at 9. Yes, may Sasha rest in peace. Shout out. Is what? I don't know. They haven't chatted anything. No, that was Abby. Izzy has seen 0 movies. Oh, no, she says I've seen the most recent ones. Okay, I think it's funny that y'all are arguing on chat back and forth, but you live in the same house. All right, here we go. Let's do one more. Have a family member whose first name starts with the same letter. So if your name was Andrew, their name would start with an A as well. So this is what that one is. Have a family member whose first name starts with the same letter. So it's going to be first name. All right. We'll see if this gets, I don't think that Ben or Isaac is going to get this one. Oh, Ben did get it. Family member. Someone starts with a B. You have a guess back there? Ben, we're going to need you to confirm the family member's name that starts with a B. Oh, Brian. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad we didn't stretch that one out any longer because I started to feel really dumb by asking that. All right, awesome. So apparently Ben is too good at these games and he needs to stop playing because other people need to win because he's winning like every week. Apparently he lives a lavish life. Way to go, Ben's parents. You have parented a very well-rounded child. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to bring Katie up on stage. We're going to move a couple things around.
Hey guys.
She'll be right back. That's key.
Hey guys. I forgot my Bible. I left it over there. If you don't know me, I'm Katie. I don't know why you wouldn't know me. Andrew, how many people are watching? How many people are watching? Two. Okay, hi Ben and Isaac. Oh, okay, so 4. Okay. Everybody, you guys know me. Andrew asked all the seniors that are in student leadership to answer the question, what would you tell your freshman self? So, number 1, stop thinking about that boy so much. Number 2, don't find your value in your friends. And number 3, care about the way you look a little less. Thanks, guys. That's a joke. I do think that's good advice, but it's not my answer to Andrew's question. We will get to the answer, but first I want to talk about community. If you can, go grab a sheet of paper, maybe a pen or pencil. You can use your phone also. Keep tally marks of the amount of times I say the word community. So far you've got 2. Community is good. We see this from the very beginning. When God creates Eve, he says, it is not good for man to be alone. We were created to live in community. I want you to think about the people you surround yourself with. While you do that, I'm going to flip to Acts 2:42 through 47. Andrew's going to do that too. All the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and to fellowship, and to sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. A deep sense of awe came over them all, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. All the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity, all while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. Going back to the first verse in there, 42. All the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and to fellowship, and to sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. These are 4 aspects of biblical community. Are you and your close friends, are you guys learning about the Bible together? Are you learning about what it means to follow Christ? Are you being taught? Are you and your friends fellowshipping together? Are you spending time together? Are you and your friends having meals together? Are you praying together? There's just a few things to think about. And verse 47, just to hop all the way down to the bottom. All while praising God and enjoying the goodwill of all people. This is what biblical community is. Is this what you're seeing in your life? Is this what your community looks like? Are you and your friends serving the Lord together? Are you and your friends going about life while praising God? Or, in your head at least, is your community about making your name great and praising you? Think about it. When you're hanging out with your friends, who are you focusing on? Community is a good thing and it's something we need, but it can so easily be distorted. This good biblical community can easily be turned from something that glorifies Christ to something that does the exact opposite. This happens because one of two reasons. You're no longer content with Christ being the center of your community and you decide that you would be better in that position. Or two, the value you place on the people you're in relationship with is greater than the value you find in your Creator. To simply put it, your community is no longer about Christ, it is about you. Why do you personally have the community around you that you do? Why do you hang out with your friends? Is it just something to do? Is it something to momentarily distract you from the thoughts that race through your head when you're alone? Is it so people leave and make you feel whole? Or is it to ultimately bring glory to God? I want to compare what it's looked like in my life to use community to benefit myself versus using community to benefit the body of Christ. When using community to benefit myself, I make jokes that have people laugh at me and look at me. I get genuinely upset when a comment I made is looked over and unnoticed, or when someone talks over me. I make rude comments towards my friends because I'm frustrated with the amount of attention they're getting compared to me. When I'm using community to benefit the body and to glorify Christ, I'm okay when what I said goes unnoticed. I'm focused on pointing others to Christ rather than myself. I join in on complimenting my friends that are getting more attention than me. I'm encouraging towards my friend, and I'll stop gossip when it comes up. The sin of putting yourself as center in your relationships just creates more sin. For example, when my main focus is whether or not I will be accepted from my friends, I am then making my name great instead of Christ. And a lot of high school, I spent time making jokes that are very specifically spoken against making in Ephesians 5, just in a way to put attention on me. Because when I do that, I'm accepted and I'm welcomed. And in doing that, I tend to serve man more than God. I'm a slave to people rather than God, and I find my worth in man. Galatians 1:10 says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I just trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of God." Who do you serve? I briefly want to talk about fear and anxiety that comes from serving man. If you know me, you know the two things I'm scared of most are talking in front of people and being left out of something. And I've realized that both of those things stem from the same place. And that is making my community about me. I fear rejection and loneliness. And when I get up in front of people to speak, any imperfection that I have is then displayed to everyone in the room. And if I mess up, everyone hears it. What if I'm no longer accepted in the eyes of the people I value so much? That is one of the thoughts that runs through my head. When I'm afraid of missing out on something, I fear that I've been rejected and that's why I wasn't invited. Or I fear that if I miss that one thing, I will then be left out of the jokes and the memories that follow, which then leaves me again alone and rejected. However, this is a lie directly from the enemy because I'm a child of God and I will always be accepted and I will never be alone. Deuteronomy 31:6. I'm going to flip to it because I don't have it written down. It says, "So be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid and do not panic before them. For the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you." I won't be left alone. I just won't be left alone. Christ trumps the rejection and loneliness I fear. He has always and will always accept me. And knowing this in my heart allows me to have the good biblical community we've talked about. When I truly know that all my worth is in Christ, I am always accepted by Him and I am never alone. I can live without craving His sprinklers. I can then reshift my focus of my false community onto Christ, reinstating Him as center of it all and not me. I am no longer a slave to man, but to my Creator. Over this past year, God has done a lot of work in my heart on that subject. While in Peru, I learned that I had a huge chain holding me captive, and that was my desire for this false community that trumped my desire to spend time with my Creator. Because the focus was no longer on Him, it was about me. So back to Andrew's question, what would I tell my freshman self? I would tell her to not make herself the center of her community. It leads to fear, it leads to anxiety, and it takes away from the perfect community that God has and has planned, and it distorts it in a way that is ultimately destructive towards me. That is all I have, guys. Andrew just cycloned. Andrew, will you cyclone with me? He's coming.
All right, well, hold on. Before we close.
Whoa, what are you saying?
Well, I was about to say, before we cycle into close, I want to pray to close us, and then we'll close with a cyclone. Is that okay?
Flip it around.
You would rather cyclone and then
Well,
pray?
that was my plan.
Okay, well then she's the boss tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and cyclone. And all right, are you ready? Okay. There you go. That was a good finish.
Okay, and I'll pray to close
There you
this.
go.
God, thank you that we can still have youth group even when we're not able to meet together. I thank you that we have such a good community in this youth group and that we can all be together and focused on you and your plan for us. I pray that you work in all of us and that you would just teach us and grow our hearts to focus on you and continually make you the center of our community. Amen.
All right. Thank you. Chat claps for Katie.
Oh!
Oh, okay. Sorry, there's more.
How many tally marks are there? How many times did I say community?
Ask them.
How
Put
many
in the
times?
chat how many times she said community.
I'll count it up, and whoever is right can get Corona from me, and I'll give you a high five.
Wait, what? I think that was a video confirmation that Katie has corona. I'm not sure if she was kidding or not about that, but I'm now touching the table she was just sitting next to. So here we are. We're living on the edge here. All right. Thank y'all for hanging out, and I hope y'all have a good rest of the night. And we will be back next week with our next senior for this series. Y'all have a good night.